jump into item number 4, and this is citizens to be heard. This is the opportunity for citizens, visitors, and guests to address the City Council on any issue or any item of the agenda in compliance with LGC Section 551.007. City Council may not discuss any presented issue, nor may any action be taken on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. Attorney General Opinion, JC-0169. Zach, do we have anybody?
No, sir.
Anybody signed up? Going once. I'll still ask. Going twice. Okay. All of you can go ahead and put on there. No comments for item number 4. And we will go ahead and move on to item number 5, consent agenda, and look at A, consider approval of minutes, October the 14th, 2025, a special meeting.
Mayor, I'd like to start by making a motion to approve special meeting minutes as presented for October the 14th, 2025.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Okay, discussion? Nothing at all? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, all yeas. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and move on to B. Consider approval of the payment of the bills.
We have no bills. No bills.
No bills. We have no bills. Yvonne, you're so good. No bills.
Once a month.
My goodness, no bills. All right. Let's go ahead and put no bills on there. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 6, open session. Take action on items discussed. A, consideration and possible action concerning a request from Rosa Ortega regarding a utility bill adjustment for the property located at 19411 Somerset Street, Lytle, Texas 78052. Zach?
All right, Mayor and Council. Obviously, as the caption indicates, we've had another request for a utility bill adjustment there off of Somerset Street. Ms. Ortega had emailed, and the email was provided to you. It ended up going to my junk email, so I didn't see it for some time, and then got in contact with them, and they called, and they kind of were checking in on it. So worked it out, and so now it's before y'all. But obviously, you see there the amount they owed for water in the billing cycle indicated, which was the June-July billing, was up to $514.76, whereas in the prior 12 months, their average bill was the $21.16. And so, obviously, as we've done on a few of these, they're looking to have this potentially looked at as adjustment to their bill. So we, just as a reminder, under the code, do allow up to 1/2 of the actual usage plus the normal expected usage, which would take that total to $278.54 if you were to max it out. So
is that $278.54 includes your normal 2116 bill?
that is, yes.
I'd make a motion that we adjust her bill and allow her to pay only $278.54 for the bill in question.
Okay, got a motion.
Second.
You got a second? Okay, discussion.
We looked at the other past bills, and it's
it's way above there. So I mean, there was definitely a leak.
Explanation for it.
There was definitely a leak that happened. So the current property occurred at her mother's property that they recently moved her mother out after her father passed, and then unfortunately her husband passed. So the two of them are living together just on a different site, and they didn't realize the leak happened. They had a family friend come over or fix it once they realized it would happen. Yeah.
Was it indoors, outdoors?
I believe it was inside.
It was inside.
Yeah.
Anything else? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 78.94. All right. Thank you, Council. Let's move on to item B. Consider possible action concerning Resolution 25-45, a resolution of City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of an agreement by and between the City of Lytle, Texas and Wet Rock Groundwater Services, LLC, regarding evaluation of site for well number 5 location, providing an incorporation of preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such an agreement, and providing an effective date. Zach.
All right, so Mayor and Council, we've been working with Cobb Finley and Associates, one of our engineers, to evaluate and potentially work on the design of well number 5. So this would be a brand new water well. The idea was always, in speaking with Mayor and obviously with Council, the idea was always to place that well out at the well number 4 site. So enough property was bought to be able to put it there, but with our growth and just wanting to make sure that that does make the most sense as a part of the process of the design, Cobb Finley is suggesting that we engage with Wet Rock to kind of evaluate and make sure that that does truly still make sense. And so this is their proposal in front of you. This is being taken, the funds to pay for this is being taken out of existing impact fees, as well number 5 was listed in the current impact fee study, and so is an eligible expense under that to cover those costs.
Council, just a reminder, when we were looking at the budget, we actually prioritized and said these are our top 3 things that we want them to work on. Zach, was this number 1 or number 2?
Well number 5 was number 1.
Number 1. So this was one of the top 3 priorities that we asked the staff to look at and be able to take care of for this year.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion approving Resolution 25-45, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of an agreement by and between the City of Lytle, Texas, and Wet Rock Groundwater Services, LLC, regarding evaluation of the site for well number 5 location, providing for incorporation of preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such agreement and provide an effective date today of October the 27th, 2025.
Okay, that motion on the floor. Do I have a second? A second? Okay. Any further discussion?
Why in the same location? Well, from what I read, the idea was to be able to utilize both wells and release some of the pressure from having it running continuously, right? You can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
But what other advantages there of putting it next to well 4?
So, because I'm the viejito of the council, when we bought that, so when we bought that property, we actually bought it with the intention of having 2 wells.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's large enough. So, but you still have to do the analysis. So we don't need to go buy purchases. It should be able to fit. We just need to make sure that it's...
Yeah. My hope is that it comes back and they say, yep, great location, good to go. We want to go down this route in case for some reason they find something that it's not a good location. Then we need to start thinking, okay, where do we go here from now? So they don't want to get too far down a design path without doing this. And they would need to engage them as hydrologists anyways. So, yeah.
That was the purpose. It was bought. It's pretty long to give us the flexibility of having 2. That saves us a lot of money. Being able to connect both in one place.
Yeah.
And use the same power source too. It's designed already where it's separated, and from there we can run it out and be able to control it that way with one generator. We just gotta get this done. Good question. Anything else? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nothing.
All yeas. Thank you, Council. Let's go ahead and move on to C, consideration of possible action concerning resolution number 25-46, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, amending participation in text pool, investment pools, and designating authorized representative. Zach?
Yeah, so Mayor and Council, with Lynette Hester no longer with us, we're just amending our participation agreement and highlighting Yvonne Griffin as the new finance director, so that way she can handle things that, all the various activities that deal with our tax pool money. So it's really just this resolution that they require to be done when there's a change. So.
That's a pretty easy one. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 25-46, the resolution of the City Council for the City of Lytle, Texas, amending participation in the tax pool investment pools and designate authorized representative. Do I need to?
No, it's listed in there. Yep.
Okay, got a motion? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Got a second. Thank you, Anna. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. All right, let's go ahead and move on to D, consideration and possible action concerning ordinance 2520, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Lytle, Texas, amending Chapter 4, alcoholic beverages of the Code of Ordinance to delete Article 3, beer, providing for the incorporation of preamble, providing a penalty of an amount not to exceed $2,000 for each day of a violation or any provision hereof, and providing a repealer clause, a severity clause, and an effective date. Zach.
All right, Mayor and Council, as we talked about last council meeting, we wanted to go ahead and remove the extended hours ability out of our alcoholic beverage chapter. And so that is exactly what this particular ordinance is doing. So we just struck that particular section of the existing code as it is shown here. I did speak with the attorney last week, I think it was. He didn't necessarily have any changes with the actual language of the ordinance, other than I think you wanted to talk about maybe extending that date, the effective date.
Just anytime you repeal something like this, where they might have already bought, they built into their business model, right, to have these extra hours. And so if you're going to take them away, my recommendation was just to put the effective date far enough out to where, like, if they've scheduled workers for those shifts or bought supplies for those times, right, that they have time to adjust from a business standpoint. So I threw out making it effective January 1, which would give them approximately 60 days to adjust to that. But it's up to y'all. But that was my recommendation, was just so you do it in a year with.
I'll make a motion then that we approve the ordinance 25-20 as presented with an effective date of 1 January 2026.
Okay, got a motion?
Okay.
Got a second? So effective 1 January. Good. 1 January 2026. 2026. My goodness. There. Okay. Any further discussion on that?
So what we're approving is what was submitted in our packet. You had made mention of possible other languages, but you just mentioned that there's nothing.
Yeah. In speaking with the attorney, nothing else was suggested as far as a change. So we would just be changing Section 7, which outlines the effective date to be
everything will be.
So we're approving as is.
Yes.
Everything will be the same as the state, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Yep.
We're all aligned with the state, all the way across. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Council. Let's go ahead and move on to E, briefing and discussion concerning quarterly investment report for period ending September 30th, 2025. Ron?
Okay, there's still quite a few CDs out there. This one doesn't have the updated one. No, I have it now. I'm sorry. Okay, so there's basically 6 CDs that are still open, and as you know, y'all are seeing them as they become their due date, so we can transfer that money to tax pool, which has a much higher interest. There were 3 closed during this quarter, and there's the dates that they were closed. On tax pool, started the third quarter with 2.3 million plus, and there were there was a deposit where one of the CDs was closed. There was a withdrawal for a payment that was made for a capital project. And then, as you can see, the interest rate. So the interest rate's doing very well. There was another deposit of the $2 million, and that's on that bond money that's not being spent as quick as we thought. So we have transferred up that to tax pull. So you can see what that did. That was an additional $2,000 in interest in half a month. So that's all I have.
Done.
Yeah.
Muy bueno.
By far.
I'm sorry?
Muy bueno.
Oh.
Very good. This is real good. Right, Pete? Yep. He's happy. He can get some more snap-on tools.
Happy.
Be careful.
He's going to get a list tomorrow.
He's already up on the order guy over there.
Lifetime warranty. Get that.
He's going all out now.
But in this quarter, you have earned almost $30,000 in interest.
It's been good. Good move on, Zach. Thank you. I appreciate all that.
Years?
If not more. If not
doing
more.
Really good. Doing really good. Okay, so with this in mind, this is just a discussion. Austin, we don't need to take any. Do we need to approve the Florida investment report?
It's really just for an update for y'all. There's no action on the agenda, so I wouldn't take any action.
We don't need to do anything on that. Okay, last minute, any questions? Levon? You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
She's going to stay up here anyways.
Oh, yeah. Finance directors. Okay, for those that are listening in, we're moving to item number 7, department reports. A, finance director's report. Here we go.
Let's see if I can do this right. I did increase it. You can't tell, but I did increase it. These are going to be the figures as of the end of September. These are not true figures yet because you're still going to have expenses and revenues coming across that are September's. We got some bills the other day that were back from April that we're just now paying. We have sales tax. We still have another month before sales tax is closed out.
I think the only one, and I know I mentioned to Zach, the only one that we probably just need to get clarification from TABC or whoever the agency is. We've talked about the beer and wine and
the
sales and all that.
It's the beverage tax revenue that we need some clarity.
We need to get our arms around that.
Yeah. We think it might be higher.
Yeah.
Higher?
Yeah.
I can find out.
We're going to need to peel the onions. How often is it getting reported? What the amount is and everything. I think it should be higher. So the question is it being reported and when is it being reported? You with me?
I got you.
Yeah. If we're going to go down this road, we need to make sure that we capture the total back to the citizens. So we need to make sure that we get that.
I can look into that. Same thing with municipal court. Municipal court should be good now because it closes on September 30th. So that's court. Whoa. Same thing. There's not much to report.
And just for clarification, anything in the parentheses, that doesn't mean that it's under, it's what is available. Is that correct?
Correct. I can't see.
In these instances, that would be under.
So
that's under bound.
So the budget says that we got, in the first one, we got 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
And it says fiscal activity, it says we've spent 4,498. So that's about 5,000. So that means to me it would be, that's money that is left over. See what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
I just want to make sure, and we can always put it in the presentation. I just want to make sure that.
I'm trying to see if that's revenue or expenses.
I think that's expensive.
You can see here. Oh, thank you. If that's expenses, that is correct. That's good.
Right?
Right,
Yeah.
because we only spend
Yes.
$4,000.
So that one, we just need to make sure, in the sense of, because sometimes you use a parentheses, it means we're under, but on
And
this one,
sometimes
but
right.
sometimes it's the opposite. So
I need to
don't
add a
create too much
title.
work, but just make it easy to so
Mm-hmm.
it shows that hey, you're still doing the where we're at right now.
I need to label it. There's the utility.
Expenses or something like that.
Utility fund. Oh, you know what? Going back. These are overall totals. So this is your revenue, the difference between your revenue and expenses.
Okay, so this is revenue.
The difference between the two. I'll clarify it on the next report.
Yeah, it might be good because I'm looking at another category.
Okay. Utility fund, those probably are caught up now because it's done by the half month. So the water bills are read on the middle of the month, so it's different on accounting wise. Same thing with wastewater. The updates are the same. We have finished that. The infrastructure account will be closed when the projects are complete, which of course we just transferred $2 million. Here's where I have the CDs that are listed of when they're due.
You're looking at other credit card accounts or other credit card options?
Yes.
Machines or
No, the actual credit card themselves. The ones like our
that you guys use?
Yeah.
The ones that are debit.
The problem is currently they're not really a credit card. It's a debit card that we use, which is a big problem. I know that the auditors in the past have noted it before, but it's something that came up recently when we had some fraudulent charges on the card by an outside source, right? Like somebody hit the account. And in working with the bank, they said, you signed this agreement and you incur all costs regardless of whether they're fraudulent or not. So we lost, it wasn't a lot. It was like $400 or $500, but it's still money that, we lost, which is a big problem. So actually trying to figure out an actual credit card and get away from the actual debit cards that are being used. So, and the bank has not given us the options that we need, and so we're looking outside of that. So.
I'm actually looking at the program through the state. The state has a program, and with going with them, their fraud service is very well. I mean, they'll literally text us before they put something through if it looks kind of funny. So, and then they also give us money back for how much money we spend. So, I'm waiting on Tyler. We did not do the third party billing this month with all the changes and then just trying to get everything worked out. It was just too short of amount of time, so we're hoping by next month. The check for the deposit for the postage has been complete, so they're just waiting on us. Working with we had the training on that. We completed it. We did a test email on a receipt, and it didn't work. So we are waiting for them to call us back. But that should be up any day.
Which one are you looking at?
Just an emailing.
The emailing of the water bills, if they choose to do that. All of these options, there is a utility update. It's like a page and a half that's going in all the utility bills. That's going to talk about all the changes. There's even a sample of what the envelope is going to look like from the new processor, which is San Antonio. And it's the same envelopes that we use, so it's not going to look any different.
On the email of the utility bills, have you asked for lack of a better term, the stuffing company to handle the emailing?
No, we can do that in-house.
It needs to include any notices, any handouts, the advertisements, whatever. It needs to have complete package. That's why I was wondering if you could get that company to look into it. You might just send them the name of the recipients instead of them doing the PDF mail out. They can just turn around and do the email.
Everything that each customer gets on the water bill, we'll get it on the email also.
Right, but what I'm getting at is the file or something, unless the system is automated to where you just copy in the names and then it'll create the individual packets and email them out. It's going to take somebody's time to go and create the email, make the attachments, and then send them to each individual.
No, I think it's built into the system. So
it is.
Yeah.
As long as it includes the notices.
Yes,
100%. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's anything else on utilities?
I like, second to the last, revamping new customer welcome packet and application. Thank you for doing that.
Application's been done. We're working on the packet.
That is a very key thing. And make sure quick reference phone numbers or emails or something, so it's very easy for them to be able to reach us if they have a question about something. That is a very good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the last item that you have there is about the bank drafts.
Yes.
We have currently the service where you can go in and do your credit card, right?
You can do it yourself, yes.
However, we don't have. Now, is that page that we log into for the municipal buildings or utility buildings, is that our page or does that belong to the credit card company that's taking the payments?
I think that's through Tyler. Which
So
is
we, unfortunately, by doing this utility billing by bank draft, you're going to have some kind of page that's going to allow the customer to go in and make that decision of whether to make that payment.
They'll have to sign up for it.
No, we can't do that. Well, no, we can't. I suggest not doing that because if somebody gets this $400 bill, that bank draft's going to hit, and that customer's not going to be happy. Okay? However, if they get the paper or they can log into their account and see what their current account billing is, and they say, oh, 400. I'm not going to do a bank draft this time. You're talking about doing automated bank drafts. I wouldn't recommend anybody using that for utility bills. I don't do it. I guess that option is available, but I would never recommend a customer to do that.
The big difference between the city doing the auto draft is there's no fees to the customer.
Exactly.
Where right now you're paying a credit card fee.
And I think it's up to the customer if they willing to say,
Exactly.
You know what, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I mean, I deal with my CPS bill. It just comes out automatic. I don't even
I log in every time to my CPS, and then I choose to do the check.
I think it's just an education piece.
Yeah, I choose to do it on there because it's free. I don't even know. I guess since you're saying auto draft is an option.
Yes.
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think it's a good idea, but once again, you're saying that the customer is going to go blindly and accept auto payment without being able to go to a page to see what their current bill is.
So they would get an email, right? They would get an email.
Well,
email what
they'll probably get a receipt. I don't know how Tyler works yet because we haven't gotten to that point yet. But most...
These are things to look at.
I would think they would get an email, and then the draft would be a couple days later.
I think it's a matter of
Your
looking at
email
other
will tell you
options
what
that
you
are out
owe.
there, but it's an education piece.
And then we'll draft it
Get
tomorrow.
that right.
So companies,
that's for now.
companies that are linked to Tyler do two things. They either send an email out or they send a text. So a lot of the companies are moving to that. So maybe we just need to ask, because normally they will send out some way to tell the customer, hey, we're going to pull, here's your bill, we're going to pull this in the next day or two.
They can always say,
Might give you a chance to go ahead
my
and set
CPS
it
bill
up.
comes out on the 7th.
So
Yeah,
And then
we just haven't gotten
back on
there.
the 15th.
It's just something that we are looking at.
when you guys, yeah, there'll be a discussion, but be prepared. They do offer the text version also, so you can get it as a text versus an email too.
Like I said, we had a prime example in the previous item where the customer got billed
I don't do
without
autopay.
this number, right? And that would have, I know that would hurt me. Definitely hurt me.
Yeah.
So, yes, please take a look at all those.
I will take a look at all of that, but I do know from experience, there's a lot of people that do not want to hassle with their
Oh, no, I
bills.
agree. I agree.
All of my bills are
It only takes one late.
all my bills.
It only takes one late fee to destroy things, right? Yeah.
But in
And I agree with Mr. Rodriguez because you do all auto pay. I do no auto pay. I want to know what I'm
everybody's
doing,
different.
and then I send it in. But I don't. Nothing that I have is on auto pay.
But as long
I
as,
go in.
as long as we have the options, everybody's okay.
Well, and that's the thing. You have to sign up for this program. But some softwares also have that ability that if the bill is over a certain amount, let's say, I'm just going to throw a figure out there, like if it's 10% more than an average bill, it will flag it.
So if that option is available, please put that in.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
Of course, we haven't gotten to any of this. We have put the new rates on the website. Everything that's going to be in that little utility update is all on the website under utilities. That's it.
Any questions, council? Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Awesome. Oh, here we go.
My title is short and sweet.
I like that. That's a cool photo. I like that.
Thank you. Here is what we have collected for the month of September for the taxes, 3,000 for the ad valorem. I think the total numbers are off, but because there were some changes when Ms. Lynette changed to Ms. Griffin, so there were some changes. We didn't receive anything for the month of September for our beer and wine license, but we got one for the beverage taxes, which puts us at $5,000 in that. For my department news or training, this is what I did the whole month of September. Nothing changed much, just our regular council meetings and our luncheon with the mayor that we had. That's about it on that one. Records requests, I only had one for the month of September, but year to date I have 17. Everything has been fulfilled, so nothing pending. And these were the agendas were published too, and we had one public hearing, 2 minutes were completed, and ordinances that we've had before, and one resolution that was passed in the month of September. And I believe that's it. That's all I have. Going back, I'm trying to go back, sir. Hitting that wrong one.
Council, anything?
Any questions? No? Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Few updates on mine. We did receive the 100% plans. Obviously, this is the September report, but I have that information, so I stuck it in here. But 100% plans were received on the sewer plant expansion, so those are nice and rolled up in the back and waiting until we find the money. So And then 60% complete on the 12-inch water main loop, which is the project obviously here in front of City Hall and down McDonald and Railroad Street. Right now, as you can see, they're really just focused on getting the bores done. So that's what our big nice hole out here is. If you ask the mayor, he says it's our new underground stop on subway stop, but because it's a big hole, but
Don't stop.
but so they're looking to finish that up hopefully here in the next week and a half, and then move down. We did get all the easements acquired. That was not updated on this, but we did get all the easements we were looking to get along that project, which is great news. So
Zach,
yeah,
from one side of the street to the other, when they're going across McDonald Street, that's going to be bored?
Yeah, so they're going to have to bore 2 more locations. One will be basically at the Mr. Pizza area, or the old Mr. Pizza, across to the Chaparral Ford. And then they will have to bore up at the 35 area, going underneath 35, to get to the other side. Yeah, that's, so... We'll see.
They can put a sidewalk.
Well, they will be putting a sidewalk technically. Well, not there, but yeah. Yeah. So, and I'll get to it later, but of course, they're also the project lead on the sidewalk project. I think they're trying to get a lot of this done before they start that. So, and I think TxDOT is working with them, which is good, so on that from the timeline standpoint. No update on Saddle Ridge. As far as Rosewood, go ahead. Yeah.
Elevated, can you go back to the elevated water?
Yes. So tank construction should begin 11/5. So we'll see them probably next week starting to go vertical with that. Yeah. So they'll have to mobilize out there, and so you won't see obviously right away, but that's when they're slated to start. Yeah, I think we're looking at probably 6 to 8 is somewhere in that range. So a lot of it is done off site, but they do need the poles and that kind of stuff that they'll go up with. So
probably by next summer. Hopefully,
yeah. So that November date is ahead of schedule, so I'm hoping that they stay in that.
Okay.
So yeah. And then, while we're back here, so TACNIC has signed their part of the contract for the booster station, so that will be on for council at the next meeting to approve that contract with them, since we awarded it back in, 2 months ago or so. So, and we did meet with them. Looks like we have a plan on the electrical and all that, and they've talked to the manufacturer, so yeah. So I think we're looking pretty good on all that.
Can you modify it?
There's modifications that the manufacturer has built in to be able in situations like that. So yeah. So we feel pretty comfortable. AG3 and their group feel pretty comfortable with it. So yeah. Again, no update on Saddle Ridge. Rosewood, 73 completed under phase 1, 20 still under construction. No updates on phase 2. And then Lytle Farms is no update at all. So I don't know where we're at with Lytle Farms. Permit data for September. You see there the applications received for the month, and then the permits issued. Nothing really that stands out in any of those. Pretty standard things there. Same with inspections, pretty even across the board as far as each of those. 7 new homes were given COs, and 1 solar panel for certificate of compliance. As far as court, I was hoping to have the associate judge contract for this meeting, but we did meet with Judge Carrasco, and we have a path forward, so I'm just finalizing that and making sure we're all on the same page. So I'm hoping that the next meeting we should be able to have that on there. The standard orders are complete as of today. That was one of those open projects that they had. You'll see the numbers as far as the end of the fiscal year being September, and then the total transactions for the month was 206 and sent to collections 58 different cases. So that rounds out the fiscal year, so you can see the activity there that the court handled for all of 24-25. So pretty significant amounts that we're seeing out of court. So. Contracts, the city yard maintenance, really the only update there is just working, reviewing that contract, looking at termination and figuring out how we can do that before the end of the next cycle. As you recall, in the budget, we approved the new purchase of additional riding lawnmower for both public works and parks, and the idea in talking with obviously council was looking at ways to kind of maybe separate and have the parks guy handling a lot of that in-house, and I will tell you I've been having some issues with Santero and the existing contract we have and making sure things are getting taken care of, so it's probably the right time to do it. So just looking at how we can move from that contract before we get to that point. So that's the only update on that end. Meetings on the left, on the right. The master drainage plan, phase 1 is complete. Kimley Horn will be here at the next meeting to present the findings from that phase 1. And then we'll also have the phase 2 task order at that same meeting. The emergency interconnect, obviously the location, as we talked about, well 2, we got all the samples back, both from our system as well as the East Medina side. Everything looks good, and so that'll all be packaged up, obviously, along with the design that gets sent to TCAQ for that interconnect. So we're continuing to move forward on that. The capital improvement plan, obviously, y'all approved the second phase task order on that. So Cobb Finley is working on that. As I mentioned, the TxDOT sidewalk project, no update other than ACE is just trying to get this water line finished for us. Just wanted a couple items we've been working on internally. So really trying to go into the website, make changes kind of throughout, and just really clean up a lot of the misinformation and things on there that really haven't been looked at in a while. So just an ongoing project, but something that needs to get done, obviously. And then we also got a shared drive completed, at least for now, where myself, Paula, and Yvonne are all on to be able to have a lot of our documents on there, so that way, as we're doing things and messing with stuff, we're not creating 15 different copies of things, and so that's been a big help on that. And then finally, just wanted to offer an update on the Shops of Lytle. So I was contacted, I guess it was about a week ago now, that the chamber has taken the decision to close the Shops of Lytle. They did not obviously come to that decision lightly, but with changes in the owner going up on rent again, and just general things like some of the vendors were complaining that they've lost a lot of product because they can't climate control it the way they need it, and various things like that. And their vendor count in general of who all is in the facility was significantly down from where we had it before, or where they had it before. So they just feel like it's not sustainable at this point, and so they've asked everybody to, I think, be out, at least the last what I've heard is by Thanksgiving, to have everybody out, and then obviously they would cease to no longer be there. Obviously, this means two things. We lose our UPS stop, pickup point, which is kind of bad for the residents. And then two, obviously that changes things with the existing contract that we have with them, or to do the visitor. So I've kind of shelved that for now. I'm not working on it, but just wanted to give you all an update on where we are with that. So.
And I've heard out there about them looking at another location too. Nothing permanent. It might be a smaller scale, but they're looking for those vendors that still want to operate in Lytle, because they do good. They're looking at other places too. That's an opportunity. So
Yeah, and then that's it. That's all I got. So.
Zach,
Yeah.
On the web changes,
Yeah.
so I don't think we talked about it. I think it's way back when we
Okay.
talked about it. But one of the things is, if you can, try to look at some of the general questions that you all get. Whether they're phone calls or stopping by, or maybe do like a quick reference where, what if, and there's an answer on there. So that way it would be a quick way to look it up on the website.
Okay.
And, hey, I would like to do this, and it's instructions of what they need to do.
Okay.
And it helps out from people having to call you because they can easily have access to that
Sure.
and have an idea.
Yeah.
So, and you all know what are the majority of the calls.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And the things that are happening,
For sure.
How often does bulk get picked up?
Yeah.
How often, even though you can go click, but sometimes...
Most times they don't. Yeah.
And honestly,
Yeah.
from feedback, that's one of the things that a newcomer would be good for them to take the time and go through that, because they can quickly get familiarized with some of the common questions that are already in the community.
For sure.
And I think it would be a good thing to do that. So involvement with the ladies, up front, and the ones that, everybody gets phone calls, but would be able to include, I think would be good.
Yeah, and a lot of those answers you could just do a hyperlink to the Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
So the question on the shared drive, are you going to be trying to utilize some of Microsoft's shared capabilities, or are we using another software? Or
Well, so right now it's just through the available space within the server that we have.
Take advantage of Microsoft's shared documents.
Yeah. So, it's definitely just a start, right, to the capability we already have.
And are where we have our ordinances, they don't have that capability? Or where you can post a document internally and be able to share or update that document?
So I do know Civic Plus, which is also, they bought MuniCode, where, our codes live, obviously, online and stuff. They do offer a lot of stuff, but the problem is anytime you go in there and add, it's, another module or it's whatever, and so it's we have the means right now to do a lot of the stuff. It's just a matter of doing it, right? And so...
But you need a location for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more question. On the street cutting, do we have a minimum width? Do we have regulations of self-grade, compacting, the type of material to fit that?
I was looking at this today, probably unrelated to what you're asking for, but just in looking at stuff, and it's very vague on what we have in our ordinances. But, I don't want to outright say that we don't have anything, because it was a very initial kind of look at some things that we were dealing with another issue. And so I can't answer you fully at this point.
However, if you cut up Textile Street, they do have regulations?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So
yes.
Maybe I know you're real busy, but maybe we can look into something.
And I've talked with, I know I had talked previously around the time I got here with TRC about doing an actual infrastructure design manual, and where all that kind of stuff normally lives, right? And one-stop shop for anybody coming in, they have that. Obviously, other priorities took, and that's just kind of been one of those things that have been out there in the ethers. But
I think with all the business we're getting and all the new homes we're getting, I think it's a good idea for the city to start regulating. Because I've seen patches and then another patch of almost like dominoes.
I mean, and I have some examples in other cities that I've used and stuff. So I mean, we have some reference points, but I can work with either internally with Pete and the guys, or
like you said, you go to a third party to get this done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a problem.
Anything else?
Zach, did you say that they're done with the gas lines already on Main Street?
No, I am not aware that they are done yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
I think
extended for another week.
Yeah.
Is that weather that we just had? Another wreck or whatever.
All the Unfortunately, that is what happens, when we have that. But no, they are not done over there.
It seems like that line that they cut, it just sank in again. So we want to have it looked at.
Okay.
There's
Well,
a
I
big
can
hole.
I can get with the contact we have with them and just see kind of get an update, and obviously I'll provide that feedback as well. That hey, they're seeing some of that too over there. Some of the residents are seeing that.
Now, Zach,
So,
I know we talked about fiber lines, but AG3 can help us out.
Yes, they can. It's really anything in the public right of
Anybody
way.
that comes in and does any utility work, we can ask them to come out. And
That's
look
correct.
At it, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So we can also have our engineers come
Yeah.
look and get an opinion and then pass it back.
We actually had CPS come in to do even a power pole upgrade and some stuff, and I think it was over on like Wisdom or something like that. And I had them kind of looking at it. So yeah,
So we might see if we can get them to.
Yeah, we can do that.
That'll be good. All right. Anything else?
Not a problem.
All right. Good. We're doing really good. All right. We are on item number 8, informational items. We'll start right over here.
Yeah, Mayor, just a reminder that the National Annual Citizenship Award is coming to a close for the nomination period. The last day will be Friday, October the 31st. The reminder is the youth 18 or under, adult 19 or over, an honorable mention, and that could be like a non-citizen, a group category.
You haven't got anybody for honorable mention?
Yeah, we've had it in the past.
No, but for this round, you haven't got any nominations?
I'd rather not say, but it would be good to get multiple nominations. No. And then the last item would be the Individual for Lifetime Achievement Award. So a reminder that anyone that has submitted in the previous years, that nomination is only good for the year that the nomination was submitted. Please, we've had a lot of nominations in the past. Please resubmit. We had good nominations in the past. But these categories, we only choose one. So please submit again if you submitted in previous years and that person did get recognition. Yes, thank you. So it should be at Friday, October 31st.
Trick or treat.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'd just like to say that our annual holiday dinner will be the month of November. It will not be December. After going to the chief, we came with a date of November 22nd. So I will be sending out the information to all of you.
Cool. Yep. Send an invite. Hey. Thank you for taking care of the red. I noticed it's moved. Take care of that stuff. We're up to speed, right? Everything with that? Appreciate it. Appreciate all the work on the other stuff too. You guys been knocking that out. Back. Anything? Library? Anything?
Just the book sale next Saturday, the 8th.
Okay. Send me the flyer. We can send it out. Richie, you can help us out with that? Okay. We can send it out.
Just on our costume event for the dogs, the animals at the shelter, try to get a network. People to see on Facebook and hopefully get some adoptions out of it.
Roger that.
And other upcoming adoption events as well.
Every little bit helps.
So what was the costume contest called?
Halloween Potty.
Potty. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Anybody guess? Any announcements? Anything happening in our community? No? All right.
Just what we've got working on is Veterans Parade at the school. On Veterans Day, we'll be doing that again. And preparing for the hayride. And we're going to be out in force on Halloween that evening. And that's, I think, about below now.
Richie did a real good summary sending out today. Please pass the word around. We're not closing down Prairie Street. So please make sure people know that. And it's just because of the construction and everything that is happening there. Limited parking. We have a football game that night too.
It's not even limited. It's like non-existent.
Well, there's some at the church, right? But you would have to walk all the way and then walk all the way back, right? So, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for this one, so in that area. So please make sure that we take care of that. Anything else, Richie?
I think that's it, sir.
We're good? Okay. Thank you. Austin?
Nope.
Nothing.
We had a great barbecue cook-off last weekend. A lot of happy cookers, and a lot of people got to sample all the meat. They came out pretty good, so we're waiting for next year to get bigger and bigger. So,
Be good. Right. Somebody put in the post that we're asking who won first place. Because I think the picture was the second place team, right? On your post?
no, they're all there.
Oh, they were all there?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's two guys.
Oh.
I can't think of their names. But they're out of Pleasanton.
They're out of
Pleasanton.
Okay.
But theirs is pretty good too, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good.
We got a lot of different winners. Winner for the brisket, different winner for the ribs, and a different winner for the borracho beans. So
well, that's good. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. That's good.
Yeah, just a band update. This Saturday, the marching band will be going to Beeville for the area competition. This is the last competition, and it will determine whether we go to state again this year or not. So we're excited about that. We perform later in the afternoon, like 4:30, I think. If we make it through the first cut, then we perform twice that day, and then around 10 o'clock at night they'll announce those schools that are going on to state. This year from our area there'll be just 5 schools advancing to state. So it'll be in Beeville. Stand by for news.
How many were last year from our area?
There were 6, I think.
6, so one less.
Yeah, it's determined. It's kind of a funny thing. In region, you have to get all ones from the judges to advance to area, this upcoming one in Beeville. All of the schools that participated in our region got 1, so we're all going from this region to Beeville. But Mr. Chester heard that several other regions surprisingly had schools that routinely go to area that didn't get all 1s. And they're staying home. So that took the overall number that will be competing at Beeville lower than it was last year. And so they work a formula based on the actual number of teams participating, and that's how they determine how many go on the state. So this year it's 5.
Your daughter did an awesome solo.
Thank you. We've been struggling to get the sound system working well for her solo at the beginning. But yeah, for those of you who have seen the marching band and their performance, that's my daughter who does the opening solo, saxophone solo. And they have a little flair with a fire blanket thing that she takes out there. So it's pretty cool.
It's really cool. So stay tuned with that. I think it's going to be great to be able to do that. Okay, things that are going on and things to pass on. First of all, just a reminder, I know Richie put it out in the sense of the fire danger out there. We start putting stuff out the next few days, tomorrow in the afternoon into the evening. It's going to get very windy out there. So please pass the word around. If you got any elderly folks, please talk to them. Sometimes you need to move the plants, move a few things and stuff, but it's going to get pretty windy here, and we do have fire danger just because even though with the rain that we got, it's still pretty dry out there. So please pass it around and check on folks too. I want to say thanks to David and to Zach for attending the dedication of the scarf for Captain Lytle. So we had an opportunity. It's a pretty big thing going up there and recognizing our city. Got lots and lots of attention, but I think probably the coolest thing about that is that we literally got to meet the family, the descendants of Captain Lytle. Some of them actually are in different states, and they told us the background. The family moved to North Carolina, and now they're back into the Plains and into New Mexico area. It's pretty cool. They're back in the area and stuff, and we do plan to bring them into Lytle. in the future, but we're there. And if you do not know, we did not know until we got a little bit more, but Captain Lytle is actually accredited for starting what would be the stockyards of San Antonio. And he's accredited to be able to start the stockyards in Fort Worth. He's part of the group that put them together. So it's pretty cool. If you go on Facebook, one of the pictures that our judge actually took, and I grabbed it because it was a perfect photo, you can see on there, I mean, it's literally in front of the exchange, the Stockyard Exchange building. It's beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better place. And it's prime time. I mean, it's like having your star in front of the Chinese theater, right, in Hollywood. Yeah. Well, we have it in front of the best building, and it's right there. And it's just, I mean, it was magical and stuff.
The people that you met, or family that you met, were they the children or the grandchildren?
Great granddaughter, the other sister, and then you had the great grandson, right? And then the brother that had the granddaughter. So yeah, so you either had 2 greats or 3 greats, depending on who. But yeah, it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat.
Because his daughter or his sons were married there in Coleman.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we found out that so Captain Lytle had a ranch at Escosa, had a ranch in Medina, had a ranch in Maverick County, had a ranch in Frio County, had a ranch in Mexico. And he would work with, everybody heard of Shriner University? Well, it's all tied into that family that used to herd cattle. So all this region would come together and put a trail, and then we would move up towards Kansas, Colorado, Missouri area. But it all started around this area. So the cool thing is that with the judge, he's very interested. And by the way, when he retired north of us. It's in Medina County. Unfortunately, he caught the flu in 1905 and he passed away. And that's when the family moved away. But it's still pretty cool because there's so many things that were done in this area that there's a lot of significance. And I think right now the trail that they put markers actually stops in Bandera County, and we're going to look to try to bring it down this way to add the historical value that goes along with that. So it's going to be pretty neat. I mean, it opened up a lot of possibilities for our area and be able to tie all that in. But, great. Thank you so much for you all. Zach, special thanks for coordinating, herding the cats together, getting us all in the right place and everything. And we even had, out of the blue, we had a couple out of Lacoste that we knew, and they crashed the party. So we brought them along and said, you're going to be part of this. And that's where we found out that Captain Lytle's wife, family, Noonan? The Noonans. Yeah. Actually still have property around Castroville, Lacoste area. So we still have some descendants out of the spouse's side that are here. So lots more to come, a lot more, but this is awesome. I think it's a great thing for us. There's going to be more stuff that is going to come out of this for our community. So thank you for that. Paula, thank you so much for helping out with this year's outreach. I think next year we're going to try to do 4 or 3?
3, we'll do 4.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to try to concentrate, try to get the information out early so we can plan. Concentrate more in the summer, right? And try to wrap it up with the haircut event. So more to come. That has been successful. We're going to try to go ahead and keep that. That doesn't mean that the senior events are still going to happen. Those will still happen separately. This is with the outreach stuff that is going on. I want to give kudos to Judge Cood and his staff. Some of us actually attended the actual Great Atascosa State of the County up in Georgetown. That worked out really good. If you didn't see the video on Facebook, they actually had a video and they recognized somebody that's sitting next to me right here as a veteran. And they did a great job of highlighting and what happens and what he has done. I mean, it was just a great way to highlight veterans inside of Atascosa County. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
You did a great job. That was really good to be able to do that. Also, along the same time, a day later, Atascosa County is now getting a medical examiners. building in there. They're still working on logistics with the managerial and the staffing and all that, but we're getting one. So no longer having to go maybe 3 or 4 counties down to be able to get those services. We're going to have something close by, and it is going to be a regional, so that it's not only Atascosa. We're getting partnerships with other counties for us to be able to maintain and supply that. That'll help out not only the law enforcement side, but also bring closure to the families too.
Right now, we're using Atascosa is using Fort Bend County. So if we have to go down there for an autopsy, then that, we're going to be going to Houston for the day or so. So it'll be real nice.
That just tells you how far away. And this is going to be located in Pleasanton.
And prior to that, they were using Lockhart, which was okay because you could eat barbecue, but maybe go to an autopsy and barbecue. It didn't work so good.
See, there's always priorities.
Sorry.
Places to eat, that's good then.
So we just got to have a good restaurant next to the medical examiners. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to make sure. Also, because we started dealing with, I want to commend the city staff today. They've been extremely busy, but want to make sure folks know we did have a little bit of hiccup with the water bills on there. So if you get any phone calls with that, especially the online ones, not the hard copy ones. The hard
copies have been changed.
Yeah. So anything with the hard copy ones, if you get any of your residents in your districts, please ask them to contact the city. We can go ahead and coordinate, figure out, let them know what it is. There was a hiccup with the computer software on that, especially with the online ones. And I think we're going to be okay. But the other portion that goes along with this, I do want to make sure everybody understands, because there was a few that were going online and they're saying, this is the first I've heard of it, I never heard any of this, So please remind them that we did put it out there. Divine News helped us out. We put it out in the newspaper. We put it out in media. We advertised the public hearings. We did everything. Of course, we always will have folks that didn't get it, so explain to them that there was opportunities to be able to do that. That doesn't take away the chance to be able to come and talk to the city. If we have a financial issue or something, we'll address it, just like we did today, right? We get that. But we did, as a council, we did go ahead and pass. As a city, we did pass some rates that go along whenever we do have the stages of the water restrictions and everything. And the reason that we do that is because we lose water rights when they use the stages, and that means that we might have to obtain. If folks actually stay within their parameters, we should be okay. But those that actually go more, that's going to eat up our water rights that we have, our reduced water rights that we have for the year. So that means the city will need to go purchase additional water rights to make sure that we get over the hump. And the only way we can do that is to be able to ask those people that are using the water a lot more, high consumption, to pay into that in order for us to make the difference. But I think the majority of the people, when we did the calculation, should be able to stay within the range, right?
That's correct.
So everybody should be okay. But if you use more than the average, and the average is the average, there's going to be a fee that goes along with that. So, but please explain, but please ask folks to come talk to our staff to be able to do that. Richie reminded us about the Veterans Day on the 11th of November. Please let veterans know that the school is going to do a little bit of a different thing. We're still going to do the parade, but instead of going into the parking lot, I think we're going to go into the football field.
That's what I got. That's what the school SROs texted me today.
They're going to do the school because they got feedback that parents want to attend. There's not enough room in the parking lot to be able to have. So what they're going to do is down on the football field, the kids are going to perform, the veterans are going to have their seats, and then the parents will be able to sit in the regular stands and be able to watch their kids perform, sing, do all that. So it's going to be moved over to the football field. There might be something else that they might do. We'll pass it on, but that's on the 11th. I'm going to back up, and I do want to remind you, we're still on for the 8th of November for bulk.
Yeah, and it was posted, it's on the marquee and everything.
Okay, so please, for those that do not get their bulk pickup this week because they put too much out, yes. Okay, or they put something that they normally won't pick up, the 8th of November is when they can take it either to the high school or here at City Hall and throw it in the dumpster. Okay, so that's going to be on the 8th on that Saturday, and it's only for a few hours. 8 to
10, 11?
11, right? It's a short window, but that's plenty of time. It's plenty of time for us to do 8 to 11. Yeah, so plenty of time. We get them full in 3 hours, so it's good. So if you notice next week, people still have bulk out there, let them know, hey, put it back in your yard on the 8th, get a truck, get a trailer, bring it over here. The only thing, there are certain things we can't take. Tires, drywall, torn down stuff, drywall and stuff. Yeah. So certain things that we can't take, but there's a lot of stuff in there. And trust me, we'll take all the toilets. I always see lots of toilets, right? For some reason, people, toilets. Get lots of toilets whenever we do that. Do want to announce, and we will post it out tomorrow, TxDOT. So last time, TxDOT actually said, hey, we're going to redo 2790 between, right? Okay, so here's
What are they gonna do?
Redo. So last meeting, 2790 from Lytle all the way to the cost. They're going to redo the whole road along with 5-foot shoulders on there. So that's gonna happen.
But that's not right.
The new one.
I'm sorry. Is that way on 2790? Because it's not going to be over on this side.
No, it's on the other side.
Okay.
From here to Lacoste.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize.
So the TxDOT other project that is really cool that they just approved, and it's going to be for fiscal year 27 using that money, but it's in the books. They already guaranteed that it's going to happen. Is the crossing at FM 2790 and Highway 132. You're going to turn into the library. You're going to go visit Cassandra. We will get lights. Is there
Red light.
No.
Red light.
Traffic lights with the arms in that intersection.
And the construction going to Lacoste, when's that going to be?
That one will start next year.
2026.
They're going to start in the summer. As soon as I guess school is available, that's when they're planning to start. The summer of 2026 they'll start working, and they're supposed to start here so they can work in front of the school while school is down, and then they're going to work themselves up in different phases. This one is going to be a little bit after that, in the fall, when they're going to start working. Maybe they'll do it in conjunction, but that's what they're telling us. But it's pretty much a done deal. They're already guaranteed. So I wanted to let everybody know. I'm going to post it out there and let people know so they kind of have an idea. Those are two major projects, and that was a promise that our council did. And I know some of us have been here for a while. And Richie, you remember Mr. Castro?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was one of his big projects that he wanted to. And the council back then, when he was not doing really good, we promised him that we would make sure that got taken care of. So we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done, and it'll be great for our community. It'll be a lot safer in that intersection too. But it is going to be a little painful, I will tell you, while they're doing all that. But it's going to be worth it. Reminder on gas meters, they're still being replaced by WTG until August of 2026. So they're running around the city. Please let folks, if they get a letter, please call and get scheduled. Okay? Don't let it sit there. Get scheduled. They will schedule you based on when you want it, because they have to turn your system down, turn it back on. So take advantage right now. I would say probably schedule yourself for April, May, once it gets back into the cooler months. You don't worry too much about the gas. Lights in the park, right around the corner.
Yes.
We're getting closer and closer getting those done. I will let you know that we are probably going to coordinate with the Little League, and we'll probably do some sort of little ceremony of turning them on. So if you know anybody that has been here for a long period of time, maybe the great-grandpa or the grandpa, depending on their age, and they played, please get that information to Zach. We're going to try to find one of the oldest players in Lytle to actually do the turn the lights forward.
On the phone.
On the phone. On the phone. There you go. On the phone. It's an app. That's right. It's on an app. So please, if you know of anybody that's been here for a while, talk to Mr. Cortez. If he played out there, good thing. You can press a button. We'll do it that way. Great outcome for our football team. Continue. We got a big game this week with Crystal City. So, but they did a great job. I want to commend the school and the alumni. Everybody did a really good job this past week on that. I'm sorry that it didn't work out with the parade, but we'll do some modification to make up for it for the next one. I think we'll be able to take care of that. Besides the band competition, this Friday we got cross country. Cross country is going to be up in Round Rock, competing for state. So this is the girls actually won in area won second, and the boys won first. So this is prime time now. So we're hoping to bring some medals back on this Friday. So I think it's going to be pretty good to be able to do that. Okay. Anything else that we got? Any last minute stuff? Nothing. We have. I know we're not going to do a healthy one this year, but we actually have Richie's birthday on the 31st. So if you all can help me out with this, it's a little bit of birthday. So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Richie. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
There you go. On Channel 4.
There you go.
I'll eat half of it.
What was this? What was your wish? A new police car?
No, you're hey, that's one.
Gotta
give me credit for saying it, right? I wouldn't have nobody to talk to if you did.
I felt the love right away. I felt the love.
Yeah.
All right. With that in mind, let's see, it is 7:46 right now. Do I have a motion for us to adjourn?
I make a motion there.
Okay, got a motion. Do I have a second? Second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All righty. All yeas. Thank you so much. Great meeting. Have a good one.
You?
All right.